what a question. So it was during COVID, after a while we're all inside, and I love to write. And I've always tried to write something, and I keep the small journals all the time. I come from a family where values are extremely important, who we are, and I was brought up that way. So I've always tried to bring Malika up the way I have been brought up. So during the COVID time, I've always every day write these things that I wanted for her to know for sure. It was not really for everyone. It was just for her so that she never forgets it. And we made a little agreement during COVID. After a couple of days, we'll sit together, we'll check in. How are you doing? How are we? How are you feeling? And through the conversations with her, I thought, you know what? Let me jot these things down. So later in her life, she may always have this thing to refer to. And they were purely based on how I was brought up by my family, by the society of which I grew up in. And after a while, it was quite a few. And I realized, you know what? I'm sure there's a lot more people that can benefit from these little nuggets of values that makes not just how I was brought up, but a proper African family and society. Having said that, it doesn't mean that I was a perfect person or brought up so perfectly, but absolutely brought up with a lot of value that is African based, that is value of good and integrity, etc. So this was really the inspiration and how the book came about. Um, Look, traditionally, moms and their daughters are usually not supposed to be so perfect. It's usually daughters and their dads, and you know the drill. But moms are they give lives, and we hold societies and family together. And looking back at my relationship with my mother, when I was younger, my mother was not the most popular person in my life, but she's definitely the person who taught me the most things I needed to know that are holding me for who I am. So absolutely a necessary relationship to have. You may not be best friends, but when you have a mother or an aunt in an African setting, it's so important. It builds character, it builds integrity. We grow up to be much better people with such a motherly influence around that. So I've always known, because of my own relationship, that it's absolutely important to be there for my daughter. And every day, every journey, however small it may be, she needs guidance. And because of it, she will be a much better human being for society and also a better person for herself and her own family in future. So I was extremely aware of that role. Okay, however I administered it, I was extremely aware of it. And for me, being a modern mother, it was important that she sees things. And, people say children learn more from seeing than from being told. So I made sure that my life is a reflection of absolutely who I am and what our family is and our values, so that every day is an opportunity for her to learn and see. And the book, the words that I uttered in the book are absolutely a reflection of how we live our lives, how I live my life, how my extended family and her siblings and her family, grandmother, uncles, aunties live their lives. So it was easier to relate the being, the doing, and what she can read and hold on, and what other young girls can also read, because it doesn't work if you say something or write something, but you really are not that. And as humans, you know it, like this is not who you are. This is what you just say. So this is a bond, and Malika, my daughter, is an inspiration to me to having been writing these words and sharing them with the world. But they are based on who we are and not just what I was able to write. Look, Malika and I, share. We spend a lot of time together and we hang out. Uh, but she's growing up and she's just turned 18, right? Um, so I am a modern mom, yet I'm a very strict mom. So how do you balance it all, right? And I've always, wanted to say, are we cool? Can you and I kind of like be okay? Me being a mommy and yet, being this, cool girl with you. So we recently traveled. Now we've shared many moments before, but this is very vivid and it's very moment. We traveled on holiday where she turned 18 and we went skiing for the first time together. We watched snow for the first time together. We've never done that before. And the sheer surprise, like, oh my God, this is so magic together. And we spent about 18 days next to each other, sleeping, waking up together, eating together, doing everything together, and her turning 18 and choosing not a cake, something else to celebrate her 18 years old. And I said, yeah, let's do this, girl. That was so beautiful. And it's amazing to see her come to her own, being a little, not so little girl anymore. Absolutely stunning. See Malika, 18-year-old trip with me. Just amazing. I don't think I'll ever forget that. So, with daughters, life every day is different. And you can choose for it to be exciting or a battle. But as moms, we're strong. We're built that way. And I think it's important to be very conscious about what you show or what you are every day, how you live your life. And I think moms across board, we have an opportunity to impact the next generation and the next generation by what we do today, how we behave, how we live our lives. So one thing, we must be extremely deliberate. The things we say, the things we do, how we carry ourselves must be extremely deliberate. The things I have written down and things I tell my daughter is everyday things. It's not magic. But we all need a reminder, either our little girls, even ourselves. So when you read again and you think about it, then you become it. What you think about you, and it's really that, it's everyday lessons to become a formidable human, a great participator in society, to make humanity better and the world better. It's really that. So I hope every day they read it, and it's not a book you read it one time and you put away. It's a bedtime book. Every time you read a line or two, and it really just empowers you to know that it's important to be a good human being. It's important to participate. That's how the world become a better place, and that all of us have a role to play. It doesn't have to be massive. When you are a better human, every day you try, you be kinder, you know that it's your role also to impact society, the world becomes a better place. So you start small. And I hope through reading this book daily and passing it on, we can all just remind each other slowly on how important it is just to do your part for humanity. And as moms, we can do that through our daughters. Well, that's a really big question. Look, I believe, first of all, families thrive and our children thrive better when it's mom and dad. Okay, so it's not a thing to be a single mother. If you can have a husband and you can build a family where there's a mother and father in a home, that's better. So we must not glorify the idea of being single and look at it as if, it's winning. Okay, so number one, you leave, you go and build your life because you have to, and it has happened that way. That's one. So I always encourage, if you can have a child can have a mother and a father, better. They become better, they're resilient, it's fantastic. Having said that, you can also be a single mother and raise formidable children. Absolutely. It's a little bit more challenging. You have to choose it. Okay, you cannot delegate your work because you have a helper, etc. You think, I can do this and continue with my life. No. If you are alone and a single mother, you know that you will have to do more. You choose your life. You do two jobs. Okay, and with that comes with a lot of challenges and responsibilities that will not occur when there's a two of you. You play both roles. So, and you have to know it. And to raise formidable members of society as a single mother, you decide it, you forego a lot of other things that you would have a luxury to do when you have both parents. And you have to absolutely to know it. I joke about it, and if I tell my daughter and she goes like, Mom, to say, look, you are a very expensive child. If I was with your father, I would have been able to do a lot of many things, start businesses, do this, etc. But it's a role I take so passionately, and I am extremely happy to be able to offer the life that you want, but that I have forego other dreams that I would have fulfilled if there was the two of us. You pick a choice and you do it, you stand by it. Now, so this is my position. You cannot glorify being a single mother. You do it because you have absolutely no choice. But you can do it. Women these days can go and have children themselves because they are able to. It is not ideal. Our society is mom and father, it's family. All right. So I don't know how best to answer this question without being so controversial. But the bottom line is, get to be a single mother when you absolutely have to. And when you do, know that it's not an easy task. Take it with grace and choose it. You cannot have your cake and eat it, have children and then still run around your alone kids, leave them with nannies and let them grow without you impacting who you are. So, and motherhood is absolutely an honor, absolutely an honor. And we as mothers get an opportunity to raise incredible humans to do amazing for society. It is our job. So you take it as that. You don't just bring children when you don't have time for them. You don't bring children when you cannot be a mother. And as women in this modern society, we must stop just having children because we want to have children and tick a box. It's not ticking a box because then we're contributing to a not so good world. You raise criminals, you raise all sort of people because we have the ability to raise good members of our society. So don't glorify single motherhoodness as cool. It could be cool if you're absolutely capable, you want to do it, and you know it's a job, and you will spend the rest of your lives building, the next generation. If you can have a family, have a family. Raise your kids with mom and dad.